Whispers from beyond. Rain lashed against the window pane, its rhythm erratic and unsettling, like the heartbeat of some unspeakable creature lurking beyond the veil of darkness. I sat alone in my dimly lit study, the flickering candlelight casting eerie shadows across the ancient books that lined the shelves. Outside, the world was drenched in an inky blackness, and the storm showed no signs of abating. It was a Lovecraftian night, one that seemed to beckon forth eldritch horrors from the very fabric of existence. The air was heavy with an unnatural chill, and a creeping unease settled over me. But I was not alone in my solitude. I had sought the company of books that whispered secrets of forgotten terrors. As I delved deeper into the arcane tomes, I stumbled upon an account of an obscure cult that had once dwelled in this very town. They worshipped a being older than time itself, a deity whose name was uttered only in the maddest of whispers, Azathoth. The cultists believed that Azathoth's dreams were the very source of creation, and to commune with it was to touch the very heart of cosmic madness. With a shiver running down my spine, I continued to read, feeling the walls of reality slowly crumble around me. The cult had performed their rituals in an ancient, long-forgotten cavern deep beneath the town, a place where the boundaries between our world and the outer realms grew thin. Curiosity gnawed at me, as it always had, and I decided to seek out this forbidden place. I donned a heavy raincoat, took a lantern, and ventured out into the tempestuous night. The rain was relentless, as if it sought to drown the world, and the streets were eerily deserted. The town itself felt like a ghost, a hollow echo of its former self. With each step, I could feel the dread in my chest intensify. I had read enough stories of those who had delved too deeply into the unknown, only to be consumed by their own curiosity. But I pressed on, unable to resist the allure of the forbidden. The directions in the ancient text were vague, but I had a sense of the path I must follow. I walked through the narrow alleys, the lantern's feeble light casting long, distorted shadows. It was as if the very buildings leaned in, whispering secrets of unspeakable horrors that had unfolded within their walls. At last, I came upon an overgrown path leading into a dense forest. The trees loomed like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches clawing at the sky. The sound of the rain had become a relentless cacophony, drowning out all other sounds, and the lantern's flame danced wildly in the gusty wind. The path led me deeper into the forest, where I stumbled upon a hidden entrance to the cavern. The gaping maw of the earth seemed to beckon me, promising revelations that no sane mind should ever seek. With trembling hands, I descended into the abyss, the lantern's light barely piercing the oppressive darkness. As I ventured deeper into the cavern, the air grew thicker, almost suffocating. Strange, otherworldly symbols adorned the walls, and the ground was slick with some foul, viscous substance. It was as if the very earth itself wept tears of despair. I reached a chamber that seemed to pulse with an eerie, eldritch energy. In the center, a grotesque altar loomed, its surface etched with blasphemous sigils. A sense of dread washed over me, but I couldn't turn back now. I had come too far, and the whispers of Azathoth's name echoed in my mind. With trembling hands, I lit a series of candles that surrounded the altar, their flickering flames casting eerie, dancing shadows. I began to chant the ancient incantations, my voice quivering with a mix of fear and exhilaration. The words felt like fire in my throat, a language that should never be spoken by mortal tongues. As I continued the incantation, a presence began to manifest in the chamber. It was a formless, writhing mass of darkness, a grotesque parody of life. I could feel its gaze upon me, a gaze that penetrated the very core of my being, stripping away the layers of my sanity. I pressed on, my mind teetering on the precipice of madness. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of voices from the void, each one vying for my attention. I could feel the boundaries of reality unraveling, the very fabric of existence tearing apart. In that moment, I understood the true nature of Azathoth, a blind, chaotic force that cared not for the lives it destroyed, a cosmic entity beyond human comprehension. It was the embodiment of madness itself, a reminder that some knowledge should forever remain hidden. As I concluded the ritual, the presence began to dissipate, leaving me trembling and drained. I had glimpsed into the abyss, and it had stared back into me. I stumbled out of the cavern, the rain washing away the foul residue of the unholy communion. The storm had not abated, and the town remained shrouded in darkness. But as I made my way back home, I couldn't shake the feeling that something had changed within me. I had sought forbidden knowledge, and in doing so, I had become a vessel for the incomprehensible. As I closed the door to my study, I knew that I could never be the same again. The rain continued to fall, a never-ending reminder of the horrors that lurked beyond the veil of reality. And in the darkest corners of my mind, the whispers of Azathoth would forever haunt my dreams to give me a clear message. Sometimes it is better to leave some secrets buried in the abyss.